Tonight on the podcast, we have...
I don't want to do an intro. I just want to go to sleep, guys.
Come on, just do the intro.
I want to sleep, and then I want to eat breakfast, and then I want to do it again and again. I just want to sleep.
All right. Jamie has to go to sleep. All this and so much more on the official Team DBAH Podcast, number 209. Come join us, why don't you?
I'm going to bed.
Hello and welcome to the official podcast number 209. I am your host, Craig, otherwise known as Sin76, and this week we have Heather.
Hello.
Hello. Sometimes Randall.
If you're confused, it is the official Team DBAH Podcast number 209.
That is
and
correct.
Hi, it's me.
See that? On the fly editing, people.
Bam.
And we
I
have
thought you were going to say at the end of the sentence.
And we have Mr. Nerf himself. We have James. How are you?
Hey, what's up? You know, if Randall wasn't going to say anything, I was.
And no rush intro for you this week.
That's right. Damn.
Yes.
So how are
Sorry.
you? I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you?
I've been good. I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2. Hence
Good.
which was kind of my absence last week, and I apologize for that.
That happens. It happens.
Blasphemy!
So far, I gotta say, it was totally worth the wait. It's so far amazing. I'm truly enjoying this, and I heard something that I never thought I would ever hear again.
Uh-oh. What would that be?
Dave saying, and I quote, "I am really enjoying Destiny."
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Was he saying this while he was playing, or did he just randomly say it?
No, this is while we were playing.
Wow.
When we were grinding last week on day 1 or day 2, I should say.
Grinding.
Yeah, the grind is back.
Yeah, that's never going to go away.
No.
No.
But I got to say, at least they somewhat. I mean, they've made a lot of the big changes. I don't know. I honestly don't remember what was discussed too much of last week. But one of the big changes and one of the big complaints about the sequel was the fact that there is disposable shaders now. So when you get a shader and you add it to something, if you change it, you don't get it back, and you just have to hope you get them again. But as somebody had pointed out on the subreddit, if that's really the worst thing we're complaining about right now, I think Bungie's done pretty damn good.
I've got a bigger complaint.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
What's that?
No spoilers, but the whole ending cinematic where the thing comes up and the other thing comes up, and it's like, oh, there's something coming. But that they already have written and planned and made that they're just going to release in a package that's probably already built. Hashtag spending extra money for something they already did.
Oh.
Yeah, DLC, kiss my ass.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, you have to get it to get the whole story, because the way it ends, it's like, oh, hashtag
Well,
somewhat of a clip.
I haven't actually
maybe.
finished the story yet.
I'm not. That's why I said no spoilers. It's like, but it's like there's nothing happens weird or nothing like that. There's just a cinematic where you're like, hey, something's gonna happen, but it's not gonna show you because you have to buy the DLC,
Which isn't out yet, technically.
which isn't out yet.
Well, I got the I forgot what version it was actually called, but whatever the $100 one from GameStop was, I got that one, so I already have the expansion passes. So I'm good.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was gonna get that, but I decided against it because I wanted to see how good it was instead of just buying completely into it blind.
Which you're going to mean you're going to get
But-
it anyway.
Yeah, well, because last year I bought into the whole expansion thing blind, and it was, not as great. But yeah. So this time around, I figured I would play the base game and see whether or not I mean, the base game is, I don't really have very many complaints as far as gameplay and like all the stuff goes. They fixed the patrols, which are really stupid. I mean, you can still do patrols, but you don't have to go to the post guide to get your weekly bounties and what.
Oh, that's helpful.
So, yeah, it's really good overall.
I really hate to say it, but really the last 3 years were kind of like beta testing and learning curve on what to do proper with it, and Destiny 2 was pretty much the game that Destiny 1 should have been.
Yeah, well, Destiny 1 did have a whole story written into it. Those cards were an afterthought when they changed it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the fact that, like, everything is now in, like, one contained, like, setup. I'm trying to think of the wording. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, having to go to Bungie.net to do all of your existential story reading. It's all in the game already. Yeah. You don't have to worry.
Just make that into a graphic novel.
They should.
They should. People would buy it, and more people would read it. I mean, unless Dave wants to write a summary.
I'm sure Dave wouldn't mind it.
He's the only person I know that's read it, the whole thing.
But actually, you know what, Craig? You actually reminded me of something. Back when the 360 first launched, and fuck, I forgot the name of the goddamn game now. Shit.
Oh boy.
No, it was one. It was a launch. I think it was a launch title. It was that big storied RPG where you're like kind of reliving memories over and over and over again through like these storybooks.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I think it was called Lost Paradise, but I'm probably extremely wrong. But
there's a level in Kingdom Hearts where you do that with Winnie the Pooh.
Well, I know that. No, this was like a
or that Live Die Repeat movie.
But I mean, all these stories were like really, really good, and it was like I always was telling my friend, I'm like, they should really just release a book with all 50 of these stories, like just in one section, because it honestly would sell amazingly, in my opinion.
Holy shit! A wild potato just appeared.
What?
Potato.
Wait, you talking about? You mean Jamie showed up, or you mean like a Pokemon?
Jamie.
I am not a potato, thank you very much. I am offended by that comment. But I'm glad it got me involved in this podcast because I didn't know
You're
how
the
I was going to
best
introduce myself. Oh, thank you.
He's a chip.
Oh, my bad.
I've literally came home, went upstairs, got all the stuff ready for the podcast, and then immediately my internet just died.
Bleh.
They're watching you. They're like, no podcast for Jamie this week. Click. How are you, Jamie? Other than your internet issues.
I'm good. I went out for a few hours in the morning, and I've only just got home.
Nice.
Wait, for a few hours in the morning? Wasn't
I
that
got
like 14 hours ago?
Exactly.
Jeez.
Things escalated.
Oh my.
I was driving home. I glanced at the clock, and it was like 1:25 a.m. I was like, shit, the podcast is in 5 minutes. I should be the only one.
Damn it.
Of all the people on the podcast, I should be the only one not out and about 5 minutes before the podcast.
You do have a point. You do have a point.
I did not realize I was.
You must have it.
I've had a weird day.
A few hours
Sounds like it.
into a day. It sounds pretty strange.
Especially if you don't know like where your day went.
I've been places.
Wow.
I've seen some things,
shit.
man. Damn it, Heather.
Can't hang out anymore, Randall.
Too much.
I almost killed a rabbit.
You would have had to eat it. It would have been fine.
It was the weirdest thing. I was like driving down like the motorway, which is basically a highway, and this rabbit was just on the side of the road, saw my car and started running in front of it. I just braked, and it just like looked at me and ran away. I think it was trying to do some insurance fraud or something.
I think it was.
It was suicidal for a minute, and then it changed its mind.
And I turned to my friend and said, "Did you see that?" She goes, "What, the pigeon?" I was like,
Like there was a pigeon?
I was like, "No, that's a rabbit." I was like, "Oh, it's dark."
Same thing.
Oh, poor rabbit.
About an hour before that, we were in a McDonald's parking lot, and we just saw some rats just come out of a bin. We're like, Jesus Christ!
No, the meat! Catch it! Catch it!
Yeah, McDonald's employee was like, shit, they're getting away.
There goes our profits.
Damn it.
Now-
I'm just kidding. McDonald's probably does not use rats in the food.
No, that's
No,
for milk.
Allegedly.
Of course not, it's guinea
Milk.
pigs.
It's guinea pigs, yeah.
They've got
It's like in Demolition Man.
Uh,
Yep.
the one with time travel.
Demolition Man,
Nice.
sorta.
Is it?
No.
Sorta. It starts out in like 19. It's supposed
yeah,
to be
it travels in-
1999.
And the bad guy gets frozen, then he gets frozen.
Yeah, they both get frozen, and then they wake
So a
up. And it's,
future where they can't swear and they use shells.
yes, exactly. It's an amazing movie.
still have no idea how to use the 3 seashells.
And they don't tell you, and no one actually knows.
It's the best kind of joke is when you don't know the punchline.
That's right. That's right. Yep. They never said what those were. People have debated for years about how to use the shells. So I don't
Oh, he
think
doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
we'll never know.
Best scene in that movie is when he just starts swearing up a storm and pulling out all the tickets.
Oh, in the phone booth.
No,
the-
in the
Oh
no,
yeah, and he's
no,
just like
the police
in the
station.
police station. He's just getting all the cautions every time he swears.
Oh yeah. No, I like it. in the
He's
phone
like-
booth.
So much for the 3 seashells. See you in a few minutes.
That must be my favorite joke from Hot Fuzz. And
Oh, there's a movie I haven't seen in a while.
in Hot Fuzz, they've got like the swear box, and like each word is like slightly blurred out. Like I think like fuck the U's blurred out, whatever. But then cunt's just spelt normally. So many like jokes, and there's a joke every like 5 seconds in that movie.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I have to watch that again. Definitely have to watch that again. But Heather, have you been playing anything other than Overwatch?
I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I beat it.
You beat it.
Did.
Nice. Nice.
It was fun.
The
you
robot
going-
dinosaurs.
There
Yes.
weren't dinosaurs, no.
So not what am I thinking of?
They're robots.
Yep. Did you just finish the storyline, or did you do achievements too, or trophies?
I
rather?
just finished the storyline.
Nice.
Okay.
Was it worth your time?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good story.
Good.
Did all the side missions. Got the good ending.
Oh, there's good and bad endings.
Well, my friend told me that if I want the good ending, I should do all the side quests, so I'm gonna go with yes or.
Oh, okay.
Now you gotta
I don't
replay it
actually
without
know
doing
for
the
sure.
side endings.
What?
So now you gotta replay it without doing the side endings.
The
Or
side
side
endings?
stories. Yeah.
Side endings.
Well, I figure it's because like I got the trophy for getting all the allies, so I just assume you just don't have enough people for the big fight at the end.
Hashtag
Oh, that's
spoilers.
cool.
Oh, they
So-
fight robots. That's a spoiler.
Robots.
By the way, I figured out everything jokingly from the first time I played that.
Yeah.
From like the first time I sat down and played with it.
You're like, oh, this is gonna happen, and then it happened.
No, I was like, oh, she's this and this and this, and then I was like, oh, but she can't be both, but maybe she is, and that's kind of I was right.
Shout out to your intuition. Heather's also been trolling people on PS4.
Nah.
Yeah,
Prove
that's my fault.
Wait, what?
Because she's so super good at Overwatch on Xbox, she went to PS4 and as a level 1 started wrecking shop. You see a level 1 and you're like level whatever, and you're like, ah, look at this noob. Bam, get wrecked.
So do you like it better or worse on the PS4 with the controller?
Oh, well, I can't find a fucking game on PS4.
It's better, except for that part. The servers
But,
on PS4
I don't know,
suck,
I-
but the controller's awesome.
I feel like I haven't gotten used to the controller yet, so I don't really know.
I
Honestly,
hate the
fair.
controller.
What? Whoa.
I still don't like where the D-pad is.
Really?
Yeah.
Like right next to the stick.
Yeah, I feel like I have to concentrate too hard on getting the D-pad when I play that one. Like it's up there. Move my entire hand to get it.
Not
Agree.
bad.
I do, and the only
PlayStation is-
other thing
Yeah.
The only other thing, I mean, it's fine. Once I get used to it, it'll be fine. But I do wish like the triggers were more triggery, like the Xbox.
Right.
I feel like
that
there's
is
not a
true.
lot to grab. But
with the way it is, it makes like Twitch gaming, Twitch shooting, like quick drawing, whatever, easier. Because you're not actually thinking like, I got a long pole to make this go off. Any little touch makes it go off.
yeah,
Sensitive.
yeah. I mean, it's
People
just
are
different.
talking in the background because they're rude.
Oh.
That was
It's
a
just
subliminal
different.
hint at them, but they're not listening. Sorry, I keep cutting you.
But Overwatch definitely, I can never get a fucking game on PlayStation.
It does take a little longer, especially if you're not in a group.
Yeah, which I was playing with a group the other day because I was getting my loot boxes. I was like,
Oh,
sitting here, I'm just
anything-
gonna play my computer while I wait for a game on Overwatch.
Did you get anything good?
I don't remember.
Okay, so then no.
Problem is, I already have it on the Xbox, so I don't remember what I got. If it was...
Okay.
If it's not
It's
memorable,
really sad going
not
on the
usually
PS4 and
good.
being like I can't dance or anything.
That's what happened with Zarya. I got the skin for Zarya on PS4, but didn't get it on Xbox, and was surprised when I didn't have it. And I was like, oh, it's on PlayStation. Great.
I also have
Yeah.
hell of a time playing fair on PS4 than I do in Xbox. For some reason, I can't stay in the air. I don't know what that means, but
People
it's
are
an
better
issue I have.
sharpshooters on PS4.
No, I mean
Yeah.
I can't not
You can't
because they
float?
shoot me down. I just can't float like I do.
Gravity
on the
doesn't
Xbox.
work.
It doesn't work the
No
same.
gravity.
You got Xbox gravity, you got PS4 gravity. Deal with it.
Yeah. Two different gravities, damn it.
Two different cinematic universes.
Also I don't know if you can do this on the Xbox, but on the PS4 you can buy not cheap keyboard and mouse and play a shooter with it.
Yeah.
And you are stupidly accurate if you use one of those.
Yeah.
Stupidly accurate.
Yeah, there's one of the pro Overwatch players that did that. He did a keyboard and mouse on console. He never plays on console. He was like destroying shit.
Yeah.
As Hanzo.
Ooh.
Headshots all day.
All day he was like 112 and 2.
Yeah, probably something like that.
And it was only 2 because he was reloading.
Whenever I get back on my Xbox after being on the PS4, they'll go, I'm like, oh, I'm home.
Well, as
My
long
level
as you can
7,000.
navigate it.
I don't find it that difficult to navigate.
Hmm.
I couldn't figure out the
Endless
options in
debate.
PS4, so I really don't know. I think it just has to do with whatever.
Could
Yeah.
be. Could be.
It took me forever. I had my friend had telling me how to get the fucking audio out of my headphone. I was like, I can't hear you because the game audio is going through this as well. So I can't understand you because the game audio is too loud. How do I make it not?
How do I not loud?
How do I hear?
Yeah.
You say
Still trying to
Xbox
figure that out
mute
myself.
or unmute, whichever works.
Either way.
Okay. Speaking of Xbox,
Uh-oh.
I,
Yeah.
I had the weirdest issue with Xbox the other day.
You cannot play it while it's in a fish tank. I'm sorry.
I just couldn't turn it on. Like, I would press the button, and you know how normally it lights up and it makes the noise, right?
Right.
I would press the button, it wouldn't light up, and it'd make a really quiet version of the noise. Like, I really muted it. It would go beep, but nothing else would happen. And I keep pressing it, and nothing happened. I looked online, and on the Xbox forums, people would say this stuff, and no one would say anything. Found a YouTube video. Guy was like, from 2 years ago, and he's like, the way you fix this problem is simple. And it was, first you unplug it all, which you always do. Then you need to make sure you unplug everything out the back except the power supply. Then plug everything back in normally. So you
Maybe
basically
try
take
turning it off and on again.
So you take everything out of the back of the Xbox. So you take the Kinect, the HDMI, all that stuff out. So you've only got the power going in. Then you plug the power back in. Then you press it and it works. And then you have to, one at a time, put things back in and wait like 5 seconds between each one. So you put the HDMI in, you wait. It was so odd. It was
Yeah,
Huh.
the opposite
That-
problem.
yeah.
Yeah, that definitely
My
sounds like
Xbox
an
just
odd one.
randomly turns on by itself. I don't know why.
Do you have a Kinect?
Nope. Sure
Yeah.
no.
Have it in
Haunted?
power saving mode.
Nope.
It's haunted?
It might be on then. I was playing the PS4 the other day and I started to go, Badoop! I'm like, I'm sorry, excuse you, I'm playing the PS4. I will get to you later.
Oh,
Aw.
it's jealous.
And then this morning I just
That's
walked
the
past the
problem.
living room and he goes, Badoop! I'm like, I'm leaving for work.
Do you have automatic updates on?
I might have automatic updates on.
Because I know it's supposed to like flash, like it's like not on, but it's on.
It's a flash.
Yeah, like the little white thing supposed to flash.
Maybe that's what it is. I'll say it'll just do it at odd times while it's here. Badoop! I'm like, it's like 2 a.m, but okay.
Right.
Play with me.
I'm not playing right now. Go away.
It's
I don't
already-
like.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Joe, it's upset you're not playing with it. That's why it keeps turning on.
Tee.
My biggest problem with it is that I'm part of the preview program, and it seems to update every
Oh.
2 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why
If
I
I-
opted out of that.
It's like the dashboard needs to be updated for the 5th time this week. Fuck off.
Yeah,
That's
like
why I
every
left
time
it.
I start it, I have to restart it because of an update.
That's why I
It's
left the preview program. 'cause I was tired of it.
Also, like, I swear I have it set to automatic updates, and sometimes something just won't automatically update.
Yeah.
It's like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go to turn a game on, and it'll be like, "We need to update." I'm like, you could have done this for the 8 hours I was just asleep.
The Xbox wakes up and jumps in bed with you.
Not this time.
It's watching you while you sleep.
It's one of the Kinect-
There's
Kinect-
something I say every time when we're playing a game, and the Xbox thinks I'm talking to it. I think I say "fuck off," and the Xbox thinks I'm talking to it. Like every
Aw.
time we're playing, I'm like "fuck off," and then it goes.
All right.
I'm like "no," and I die.
Oh,
Damn Xbox, fuck off.
That was such a. I'm glad with the Cortana thing that doesn't happen to me anymore, because that used to happen all the time. Like it would just pop up the little menu thing and like, "Go away! I'm trying to kill people."
I remember doing that when I was just watching Netflix, and it'd be like, "You wanted to pause this, right?" I'm like, "I wasn't even." They said things. I didn't even say anything.
My words didn't even happen. I thought you were supposed to recognize voice pattern.
You like recognized. Well, it was the 360 version,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was like it would recognize Netflix, and I was like, someone else someone would go stop, and the Xbox would like, okay, no,
Not you.
Shit.
Nobody rang your bell. Go away.
oh.
Damn.
So since everyone's playing Overwatch still, even though Destiny's out, are people using Doomfist?
Yes. Doomfist is an
It's
ass.
there. I stuck with him though.
I hate Doomfist.
Yeah, you gotta know how to do the combo. And,
Do you
like,
hate playing
gotta know
him or
where to-
using him?
I don't play him. I just hate.
I
the fact
mean,
that,
playing
like,
against him, rather.
I'll just see the guy like at the other corner of the road. He'll just be charging his fist. I'll just be firing at the guy, and he just comes flying at me and kills me in one hit.
That usually happens to me when I'm playing support, but nothing else for some reason. Or maybe Tracer. I don't know how he always gets me as Tracer, too, because I zip around. And I'm like, oh, well, I still got pushed into a wall.
He always
Really?
seems to kill me as soldier as well.
Really?
I
But yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
If
He's-
people that play him know how to play him.
It's pretty strong.
I have yet to actually try Doomfist.
Because what you're supposed to do is, I think you charge fist, like a short charge fist, uppercut, little seismic slam, and then by that time your fist is up again, and then you can just kill them. So you do like that forehead combo, and they're dead. But if you don't hit at least one or two of those combos, you're pretty fucked.
Combo.
That's why he has that voice line.
The first time I played as him, I went through his attacks, and I was like, I swear, like the first 2 attacks I picked were using the other fist or whatever. I was like, does he use the big fist?
That was
Show.
Because like he shoots out of his little fist, he does like a jump attack or something with his little fist or something. I was like, what? Why doesn't he do things with the big one?
So I just got punched into a Hanzo as Doomfist and died. Like Doomfist punched
Wait.
me into a Hanzo.
You were Doomfist?
Yeah, I was Doomfist and he was Doomfist, and he punched me into the Hanzo.
Punch Fest.
Hanzo's actually brick wall. I don't know if you know this.
Damn.
Hanzo's
Terrible.
I generally don't like when I do well as Hanzo.
Why?
I don't know why, because everyone seems to hate people who play well as Hanzo.
It's
So I
not
hate
people who
myself.
play well as Hanzo. It's people who pick Hanzo who suck, but they still pick Hanzo when you need a tank.
Yeah, you'll
Or
still get
healer.
people pick random things that you don't need.
Well, in that case, I should feel better then.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
I'm a
literally
good
just
one.
because. Well, it's
I-
literally just because like you'll be in comp and you'll need a tank or a healer, and the person will pick Hanzo, and then they suck at Hanzo. So good Hanzos are great.
I think it'd be great at shooting Widowmakers as Hanzo. I
Just
take,
stick with Hanzo. It's great. I'm really good at doing corner shots.
yeah. So
Wait, quarter shots with Hanzo?
Like with the scatter arrow where you can do
Fucking
it on the
God.
corner.
yeah, when you just fire it.
You all right, Randall?
Yeah, I murdered somebody that was trying to kill.
Oh,
Oh.
Randall's not doing good at just doing the podcast and playing a game at the same time.
yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Randall doesn't do that apparently.
Jamie, did you you weren't here for the beginning Love Fest for Destiny. Did you get Destiny?
Yeah, I've got Destiny. That's why I haven't been on the last 2 weeks.
What do you think of it?
There's more to it than Destiny 1 had at the start,
Yes, definitely.
which
That's
is
literally all I've heard about that game.
kind of
Well, yeah, because it has a actual story now.
yeah. I'm disappointed in the lack of achievements, just
Mhm.
because.
Yeah, I think there's 12 achievements the whole game.
It's 12 achievements.
I have to look how many
Damn, really?
trophies there are for it.
It's
I'm gonna
2
look that
related
up
to the
right
road,
now.
and there's 1 achievement that nobody seems to know how to get.
Wait,
So
which
Is it a
one's
raid
that?
achievement?
the emissary meet an emissary from the beyond or something. Like,
That might be finding Zur.
Yeah, I think that might be it, because isn't he an
Oh.
agent of the Nine, an emissary or something?
Yeah, he's an emissary from
Ah.
beyond because he's the agent of the Nine. Yeah,
so I'm assuming people get that this weekend. Then, okay.
yeah.
I like Crucible more than I ever did on Destiny 1.
Yes, I feel like the Crucible is, I don't know, it just feels more comfortable. Is that the right word
Yeah.
to use?
Although my first game of Crucible, I played when I was around level 9, and I was matched with basically 7 people level 9 on both teams, and then a level 20 called Donald Trump. Or
Oh. Was he on your team?
he was on the enemy team, and he had the
You
golden
know, it
gun,
was the best team.
and he
It was
still
the best
lost.
team ever.
I feel like there's no like. I feel like everything feels quite balanced. I feel
Yes.
Quite-
Yep.
good real.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it
like
just
similar-
feels
Yeah.
it just feels more comfortable. I don't know. It's hard to explain without actually someone playing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely like Crucible. I've liked it before, but I think I like it more now. And you definitely need the right guns for it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's really hard to run around with a hand cannon if it's not a high enough level. Submachine guns are key.
I'm actually
Oh.
finding myself using an assault rifle, which is quite weird because
Really?
or an auto rifle, sorry. Because Destiny 1, I was all about scout rifles. But
Yeah.
now I
Yep.
seem to be branched it out a little bit more.
Do you like
I
how they
like-
changed the game?
I like
what
I like
weapons
the
you
change.
carry?
I like the changes they've done to the guns.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot because it means it's a lot harder for people to have shotguns. Like they have to
This
have
is true. This is
heavy
true.
ammo to use shotguns. Because
Yeah.
the thing I hate about Crucible is the people who just slide around shotgunning you because you just couldn't do anything about them.
No, not
just
really.
They would just run, slide at you. You'd miss shooting them because they're like ducked underneath you, and then they'll just shoot
Mhm.
you in one shot.
Yep. And there was really no way to hit them. And if you did almost hit them, there was someone next to them, or they would like do the normal hide behind a corner, shoot you, and then run away. So
You'd never kill them. You'd injure them enough, but they'd never get
yeah,
there.
I never did that at any point in time.
with a shotgun,
Ever.
ever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Randall do this.
He's lying. Something tells me.
He's never done that in any video game ever.
Freaking lethal with the shotgun.
That's why it's the super ammo now.
Yeah, they're like, let's take this away from him.
Yeah,
No more.
'cause everyone ruined it. There's no more heavy machine
No,
gun.
Randall ruined it.
He did. It's all right.
There's
okay.
a raid out now.
Is there?
The raid's out now, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, the raid went live today, I think. Oh, no, yesterday.
What?
Uh-oh, bye, Randall.
I'm at the end of that.
Podcast is now over.
And then I believe today or tomorrow, the Trials of 9 go live.
I think that's tomorrow.
And then 0 will be this weekend, and then it'll be just like normal Destiny, the same routine.
Hmm.
I was kind of surprised, considering how, at least in my mind, how popular Prison of Elders was. I'm kind of surprised they didn't have something similar to that at the beginning. Like, not necessarily Prison of Elders, but they could have easily done a horde mode style kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I guess-
I mean, just still add it.
They might put that in the next
Like, come in
in
the
the
future.
expansion, depending on how they like progress on that one. Like if you go back to the reef, maybe they'll reopen the Prison of Elders or something.
Yeah, they'll probably reopen the reef.
Yeah, I wonder if there's actually anyone playing the first one still.
It's going to be so weird to play the first one now and be like, oh, the tower. Oh,
Oh,
dear.
yeah. Oh, now it's broken now.
Oh, the speaker. Oh,
Oh. Actually, so I had to go to GameStop to pick up a gift card, and they had their like clearance sale games like outside the door, otherwise known as the games we don't care if you take.
Someone
Please
stole
take
one of the
them, oh
games.
God.
Oh dear.
Yeah. The legendary edition of Destiny 1 was $2.95.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn.
So it's been it's come a long way. It's come a long way.
Well, it's been 3 long years.
Wow, has it?
Yeah.
Wow, it's scary. Kind of frightening.
I'm confused though. I played Destiny from the launch, or Destiny 1 from the launch,
Mhm.
but it says my Guardian's only 2 years old.
Did you wipe your day 1 Guardian?
No. I had the Hunter from the beginning.
That's weird. Did you get a lot of when you started the second one? Did you get that little flashback video?
Yeah. It was all the things. I did some. Can't remember them all. I remember the most recent one when we did the Wrath Machines raid like last month or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did that. Just at the last minute, I was just like, guys, can you do this raid for me?
That I gotta say that was one of the most fun nights of Destiny I think we ever had in a long time.
Honestly, for as much as I've like badmouthed Destiny, I've had some great times with Destiny.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've never really badmouthed it, but that's just me.
Like, even like I remember back Taking King when that first came out. I think me, Randall, and Charlie played through the entire story of that in the first day.
Yep.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Literally, I think the moments it was launched, like I was online because it was my time. It was like normal time, my time, and they all both happened to be on as well. Like, and we just kind of went through it. It was nice.
Nice.
I think I did some of Rise of Iron with Charlie, but then I think he kind of wanted to leave it for Team Dad Jokes.
Yeah.
Well, even that, just like jumping into random games. Like I think I've done random games of Crucible with George. Like I've randomly just done some stuff with Dave. Like it's a fun game just to join people and just because there's so many different things you could do in that game. Just like running around like one of the patrol areas for like an hour.
That rocket was nasty.
What did you do to a rocket?
Heather dropped a rocket on top of a soldier's head.
Oh.
Randall, we're doing the
Ouch.
podcast.
No, we're not.
But besides Destiny news, or just talking about Destiny in general,
Yeah.
there's a Nintendo thing happened today.
Oh, what happened today?
They had a Nintendo Direct and they announced some upcoming games.
Such as?
Well, surprisingly, so Nintendo's been doing this really good thing about getting like third-party games and stuff. Like they've got Skyrim and they've got like Minecraft and they've got Rocket League.
Mm-hmm.
Today they announced Wolfenstein and Doom.
Oh.
Wow.
Huh.
Doom's a really like bloody aggressive game to go on the Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
I think good for them. There's definitely some more mature games on the Nintendo Switch for the maturer people.
Maturer audiences.
Another interesting thing they announced was a Minecraft 3DS edition.
Oh, really?
So I think it's safe to say that Minecraft is on the most systems ever.
I think so.
I think so.
I
Also,
think
while I was in GameStop, I saw a Minecraft book. It was on sale for $2.
Yeah, I love that. There's a bit in like we don't have game shops, but we have like shops called Game, which are basically the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And they
yeah.
have like a little Minecraft section that's just like random. It's just what it seems to definitely be what's left over.
Mhm.
It's like a pig plushie and like a cat. Like they've been there for months. It's funny. It's funny but sad because you're like,
It's
I wonder
funny
if
and sad at
somebody-
the same time.
I always look at toys sometimes. I think I'm so glad Toy Story isn't real because these toys would be so depressed.
How do you know it's not real?
I hope not because the amount of things Loot Crate keeps giving me.
What were you gonna say before, James?
I honestly forgot at this point.
And it's gone.
I made a point I was saying to my friend the other day, which is if you look at what pop figures they do, like the
Oh, fuck,
variety
I
of toys. Go on then. What do you remember?
When you were mentioning about Minecraft going to the 3DS, I had actually seen like a bit of a preview of that on IGN, and I have to say it actually looks a lot more in-depth built for the 3DS than it has for the Pocket Edition, which I've had since probably like the 0.06 alpha. And it's like I'm looking at that and I'm like, God damn it, why can't the Pocket Edition look like that? Now I have to get it on the 3DS.
Oh.
The Pocket Edition's always felt a bit off for me. Like it's Minecraft, but there's always feels like there's something not quite right when you look at it.
I mean, the thing with the Pocket Edition is it had some kind of unique features originally. Like they never had like the Nether Realm, but they had this thing called a Nether Reactor. And that was like a really cool thing where it's like you just build this thing, you built this like device basically. And what it would do is it would summon just this huge tower of like netherrack, and it would like start spawning all these items that you basically would only be able to get in the nether, along with like pigmen and stuff like that you'd have to fight. And then you'd have to like kind of fight your way out of it. And it was really cool. But now that they added the nether, you can't create another reactor anymore. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of sad.
Oh.
But the one thing that's always irked me about that game is they have no plot coordinates.
Really?
They have no plot coordinates in the Pocket Edition. So you can't say, okay, my house is here. I'm going to go exploring now. And then be like, shit, I'm lost. Where am I? Oh, okay, I'm here. I have to go back that way. No, that doesn't happen. You get lost in Pocket Edition, you are screwed. Just start building and start all over again.
Really?
Yeah, that or die, as long as your bed is still fine. But then you lose everything that you've collected.
That's so weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. Like I said, that's been my only real gripe about the Pocket Edition is there's no friggin' plot coordinates. If it had plot coordinates, I'd be fine. The 3DS version's going to have it. Okay, my bitter old man rant is over with.
Hey, it's fine. No,
Jamie,
it's
what
fine.
were you saying again?
Oh yeah, I was talking about
How
The
he's running over
Funko-
rabbits.
No,
Yeah, the Funko
that was
Pops.
before. The Funko Pop figures.
Yes.
When you look at them all, I was in a shop and I was looking at the display of them, and there was a bunch of Game of Thrones ones. There was like Walking Dead ones, and then there was Strawberry Shortcake, and there was like Bert from Sesame Street. And I was just like, it's such a weird world that all these things exist in the same universe, kind of thing. Like they all exist in the pop figure universe.
Mhm.
Like it's so out of place that like such violent characters and such child characters can be the same like design and fit together. It's just so odd to look at, kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember when Pops first came out, they only had a select few, and then like a year later it exploded. Now there's a
It's literally
pop
everything
figure.
now.
There's a pop figure for everything. And Funko just kind of stepped into a
Like,
shiny pile of gold.
Yeah, really.
my favorite pop figures are the ones where there's like the tiniest difference. Like it's like, because I've got a Doc Brown from Back to the Future where he's got his goggles on, like, and that's the only difference.
Mhm.
Like that, he's special because he's wearing goggles. But they put such like detail into these such small figures, and then they'll just make like 6 of them, the 6 of the same character with slightly different poses or whatever. And there's probably someone out there who has all 6.
Huh.
It's a crazy
Yeah,
world.
I remember at the toy fair when Funko first started making pops, their section at the toy fair was a good size, but it was fairly small, you know. Now it is literally one entire
I imagine it's the biggest
Aisle.
one, right?
row. It's its own thing. So it takes up probably, if you think about a standard booth at a convention, maybe like 10 of that, like space. Like it's an entire hallway of Funko stuff. That's pretty
And you got to
insane.
think of, imagine what they pay for licensing for everything, because, like you said, they have everything.
They literally have everything.
But I mean, you still need to get the licensing for all of those. So it's like, can you imagine what they pay in licensing fees?
Yeah, I know. I don't know, because they have it. They literally have it for everything. Like,
I mean, they must have deals with like the studios or
like
something
Marvel.
like that, because
yeah.
like, they don't, like, they have like one deal with Marvel, they have one deal with like DC, they have a deal with Paramount to use all of their stuff, Universal for all of their stuff.
Although one could argue that they would get a discount because of promotion, because usually those launch simultaneously with launches of other things. Like
True.
the Diva thing came out when they did some kind of update.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder what percentage of, a pop figure is $12 ish.
Yeah, something like that. And then you get the
Yeah.
rare ones.
Yeah, like the con only ones or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Or like the plus size ones, like my Godzilla, or like Alduin, or the Ecto 1, those are like 15.
Yeah.
Or like the really like big one. You get like, I believe there's ones where it's like, there's the Harry Potter ones where they're like, it's Ron on the train, Hermione on the train, Harry on the train. And like,
Yeah.
there's different parts of the train that connect together.
yeah,
Or like you get the woman from Game of Thrones on the dragon.
yep, some of the bigger ones.
I
And-
saw the Pennywise from the new movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It looks pretty cool. Like, but it's crazy that they have it like ready to go immediately.
Oh yeah, they have all these things like waiting in a box to be shipped.
The only thing they've yet to do is make any sort of deal with Nintendo.
Yet.
But besides that, that's it. That's all they need to do. They do that, and they own it all.
Yeah.
Just like how Nintendo said they would never put their game on a phone, then magically they made a Mario game for the iPhone.
Which
Well, they-
Pete loves.
Or they allow an independent company to use their most profitable character.
hmm
and then
Yep.
somehow make it work.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When that was announced at the Ubisoft panel, like, or whatever, Ubisoft conference, they were like, Mario plus Rabbids. I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. It works. It
Somehow, worked in a weird way.
Somehow a Mario Rabbids XCOM game worked.
It's not supposed to.
I really want to play that.
I want to
See?
play
But it worked.
I need to get it.
You should get it.
I should. I've got a Switch. I need
Get
to
it and report back.
yeah. Next time.
Next time?
Yeah.
Just a quick jump back to pop figures.
Yeah.
I think I saw probably the oddest one ever today.
Okay.
Not just like of what it was, but just the way it was designed.
Mhm.
I happened to be in Walgreens earlier, and they had like a display of like Halloween stuff, and of course, in the dead center of all the Halloween decorations, they had Halloween themed pop figures. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, like it was an odd collection of stuff. Like they had Jason, they had Freddy, I think Freddy Krueger, they had Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's,
Mhm.
and they also had the Xenomorph from Alien Covenant.
Mhm.
Now, this was the oddball one because the Xenomorph's head was gigantic and its body looked smaller than it normally would. I don't know if it's because, like, they doubled the head size because, the Xenomorph has just such a huge head, and they made the body smaller because it's so scrawny, but it looked so disproportionate to itself. Like it seriously looked like they just took a normal pop and doubled the size of a head, and that's what you were left with. So it looks like if you took it out of its packaging, it would just keep falling over.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
My
So
fa-
you know what what were you saying?
My favorite is the pop figures where they can't make the eyes black because the character's black or something, so they make the eyes bright white or something. So they're
Like
they're
Batman or
possessed.
Black Panther. Yeah.
So great.
Yep.
Why did they ever? This is the weirdest part about pop figures is that they decided to make the eyes just black circles.
Less paint.
If they just some of them don't look right.
No,
I
but
think it's because
this
of
way
the
they're all
simplistic
the
face
same.
design.
Yeah. They all match. Unless they have a helmet on, then they don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Yep. But you know what too, which I don't understand why all the Marvel figures are bobbleheads.
Yep. Same with Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
And they've all got that little base underneath them.
Yep. Never understood that. Don't know why.
No, not all. I don't think all Marvel pop figures are.
I think there's some that's not. But
Really?
I think
I
For
think
some-
Carter isn't.
For some reason, all the Avenger ones are, because I cannot find a normal Captain America normal Captain America pop figure. All of them are friggin' bobbleheads, and it annoys me.
all the Civil War ones, really.
Yeah, the Civil War ones, the Winter Soldier ones, the first Avenger ones, all of them.
I've named my Groot and my Howard the Duck a bubble. Yeah.
Wait, there's a Howard the Duck one?
Yeah, of course there is. I bought that the second I found it. I fucking love Howard the Duck.
I know that. I just didn't know there was a pop figure for it. Damn it, they do have one for everything.
He's been in two
Yes,
Marvel
ladies and
movies.
gentlemen, we just had a Howard the Duck reference.
He's been in as many movies as Spider-Man has at the moment.
It's true.
It's great. It's like hanging out in a bar, picking up women,
Yep.
doing exactly what Howard the Duck should do.
That's what he should do. And he should do it as much as possible.
I want to see him show up in Avengers and just have a go at Iron Man for some reason. It'd be funny. He should do a cameo with Stan Lee.
That would be pretty awesome.
There was just a scene of Howard the Duck and Stan Lee sitting on a bench reading a paper or something. Or even they just don't acknowledge each other at all. They just like completely look away at each other.
Yep.
Or no, it should be Stan Lee at a bench feeding ducks like normal ducks, and then Howard the Duck, and then it pans out and Howard the Duck's sitting next to him and just staring at him.
You know, they really should have made a Howard the Duck movie too.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, they should.
No.
Just a
No.
reboot.
Yeah, they
Just
should.
reboot it. Well, he had the
Really
cameo in,
gross.
well, they had his cameo in what, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, right?
It's some great cameos. He's also he also makes a cameo on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland.
Nice.
Really?
Occasionally, at the end of the ride, you'll just hear Howard the Duck screaming over the PA system for people to go buy some stuff. The other day I was watching videos of the ride because there's like 5 different versions of it, or like with different songs. Like there's some work gone into that, and it's pretty cool the amount of work they've put into it with like the actual cast and everything. But like it's like you get in line and stuff like that, but the whole ride's like 5 minutes long. Like you end up waiting in line for like 2 hours to do that. So I'll just wait a couple of years.
I was gonna say, well, that's why they make the line like kind of interactive, or at least semi-interesting. Because
Yeah,
I remember,
I
remember
remember
the
like walking
original
through a
Star
Marvel
Tour.
museum.
Yeah, because I remember the original Star Tours after it first opened. It was like you were kind of walking through like an Imperial space station. You'd see Chewbacca occasionally like pop up. You'd see like all the different like droids and armors and stuff like that. And the ride itself was like all of like 3 minutes, and was just basically the trench run from Return of the Jedi, or not Return of the Jedi, A New Hope. Yeah. And then they put you in, the Tatooine trader and tell you to buy stuff.
Have we talked about the Star Wars news?
No, go ahead.
Well, they kicked out the guy who did Jurassic World, Colin Sank.
Yep, that they did.
They're bringing back J.J. Abrams.
They did. They went back to something something they know, and something that was comfortable, like a blanket or a shoe. Yeah, you
Is
can't.
there a trend with the new Star Wars movies that they come out, people like them, and then about a year later or whatever, people hate them?
That's happened ever
It's happened with
since
both.
Phantom Menace,
Well,
I think. Well, it's actually reversed.
my
because
problem is I feel like the 2 new Star Wars movies, Force Awakens and Rogue One, I feel like they're both good movies.
They are.
But I feel like for some reason people seem to just hate on them a little bit after they come out.
They do. I mean, people had their issues with Force Awakens because it pretty much was Star Wars again. Same storyline. People had issues with Rey being a super Jedi, whatever she is.
Because she used a lightsaber at the end of the first movie.
Right.
Women can't do that, Jamie.
Yeah,
People had issues with the way Han died.
women only cry. Women all.
Sure.
Spoiler: Han died.
Yeah.
What?
I think his death was the only reason Harrison Ford came back.
It is. Harrison Ford wanted to kill him in like Empire.
I said Harrison Ford
Harrison
wanted
Ford
that
wanted
character
him
to die for
to
a
die
very
in A
long
New
time.
Hope.
Yeah. So,
Ford-
Mr. I was a carpenter before I did Star Wars, or no, American Graffiti, but still.
And then he's like, I'm done with Han Solo. One more Indiana Jones movie.
That's it. Done. Going back to building sheetrock and walls.
Where's my plane?
Too successful.
I want to fly a plane again. They're like, you
Damn
can't
it.
be trusted. You keep crashing your planes. I'm gonna fly a plane. Do you think
Hopefully,
Do you think that at every airport they have like a list of people who are not allowed in the airport, and Harrison Ford's one of them?
probably.
Harrison Ford's here. Quick, get
Not
him.
allowed to land here.
He's like,
Hopefully, JJ won't break himself again.
yeah.
That was like really screwed up. Like the door fell on Harrison Ford, broke his leg, and then J.J. Abrams broke his back trying to lift the door up. That is like just insane. But yeah, I'm okay with the Switch. Disney and Lucas Films have a very specific.
I thought you were talking about the console. I thought suddenly we switched to Nintendo, and I was very confused.
Harrison Ford likes the Switch.
It does. Yeah, Disney and Lucasfilms has a very specific thing they want to do with Star Wars, and if you're a director, you really don't have a lot of creative artsy say in what you're going to do.
Yeah.
They're like, this is what we're doing. Put it on the screen. There you go. Don't be changing stuff. Don't be rewriting scripts. Here.
Well, I
So-
think with
They
like
already
the
have to
side
change
stories,
some
they may
stuff.
have a little bit more leeway with those. Like, I think they would have more leeway with Rogue One than they would with, like, The Last Jedi, so to say.
Well, Rogue One, yeah, but not these.
Say that though, but
not these two.
apparently there was a lot of stuff changed in the editing process of Rogue One.
Oh, there was, because they spoilers. They were gonna all live at the end.
What?
But it was all played around. It was like some live,
Yeah,
some die, all
which
live,
I'm
no
surprised
die.
about, because Disney, they let them do the dark ending.
Yeah.
Mhm.
think
I mean,
some-
they literally say in the one movie I saw that they all died. So, I mean. Just saying.
But they lied, though. There was not one Bothan in that friggin' movie.
no, Boffins were the second Death Star.
Second
Yeah.
Death Star.
That's the second one. And
You
I
heard
got
the-
I got my Dark Forces movie, so I was happy.
Have you heard the rumor that because of a particular toy that's launching for The Last Jedi or whatever, what's it called?
Oh,
Is
the
it?
bird, little bird dude.
No, not the bird things. The bird things suck, but not them. Apparently, there's a Death Star toy related to the new movie coming out, which seems to have people believe that there might be a Death Star in the new movie.
Hmm.
Which I'm honestly going to say they should really give it a rest with the Death Star.
They should, because the last time they made
It
it a
doesn't
whole.
work.
Although, you did get to see, because the store I work at sells the remote control BB-8s and the, I guess, the Empire version of BB. I forgot his number. To look that up. But
Okay.
you can drive them around on your iPhone or the iPad. You can program to do stuff. It watches the movie with you, so like interacts when they're on the screen. Stuff happens. Yeah,
It
it's
costs-
actually
That's the saddest thing in the world.
Does it
It's pretty
constantly
cool.
appear with the movie trying to convince you to watch it again and again?
no, I don't. It just reacts to scenes in it.
You can't
you
convince
can have it
anyone
follow
else to
you
watch the
around.
movie with you. So
Is
you're
it like
a robot.
is it like Funzo from The Simpsons? It's like it tries to get you to keep buying
Yeah.
stuff. Like buy me a friend.
Almost.
sad.
Not yet though. But there's a little VR thing, or AR, whichever. Actually, no, I guess it's more VR. So you're driving around. So if you're BB, you actually can see him drive around in the Millennium Falcon. It's kind of cool. But on the Empire version of BB, you
Death Star.
actually drive him around the Supremacy, which is Snoke's ship,
Hmm.
and it's bigger than Darth Vader's ship.
The Executioner.
Yes, which is kind of
Sizes and
crazy
everything.
because that
That-
was a giant ship.
That was like that thing was the size of friggin' Manhattan.
It was, and this is bigger than that. So, but yeah, actually, I played with one of those multiple times while at work, and I kind of want one.
Pete would
Half-
be extremely jealous of you right now.
Half just because to torment my cat.
Fair.
But I do want one. There's an R2 as well. And he can even make the little, when he gets shocked by the Jawas, he makes that little like screaming, shaking noise and he falls over.
So if you yell UTD at it, it'll just do that and fall
Yep.
over.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Do you think Snoke is gonna be disappointing?
I
You
had
think he
heard
can-
it.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say I heard an interesting rumor on a couple of people who were trying to figure out who Snoke is, and like there have been like oh it's an Emperor clone or oh it's this or it's that. I heard one, and it actually kind of caught my attention. You're familiar with Star Wars Rebels, right?
Yeah.
TV shows.
Yeah. One of the rumors I had seen was that Supreme Leader Snoke is actually Ezra.
Oh, thank God you didn't say Darth Maul.
Darth Maul's dead.
No, he's dead.
Obi-Wan killed him on Tatooine.
Again. But yeah,
Again.
That was one of the interesting ones I had seen, that Emperor Snoke might be Ezra. I'm like, that would be a nice twist. Because I'd love to see how that one plays out.
Interesting.
I feel like it would be weird if Snoke was just a brand new character who just decided, I fucking hate Luke and everyone. like if he's not if he's not a character we've heard of or seen before, then it's just going to seem weird that he just decided, oh, that's it. I'm going to make these people look very much like Nazis. Because they very much kind of are in the Force Awakens. It gets very Nazi-esque at times.
I mean,
It
they're literally called stormtroopers, so...
Well, they've been
Yes.
called stormtroopers since, like, the 70s.
I'm just thinking of the bit where you get the...
that's okay, never mind.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that has to do with them not being that.
Well, because it wasn't a thing then, and now it's a thing now, so I don't know.
It was it's always been a thing.
So
I know
the
that,
black
but
uniforms.
The Nazis came before
Yeah.
the 70s.
yes, I know. But in the 70s, no one really made the correlation. It was just a sci-fi movie.
Oh. But that's
Yeah.
literally what the correlation was. Someone wrote a whole paper on it that I read. It's fine.
Right. Trust me, I've studied World War II for a very long time. I know. But yeah. So, well, no, that would be an interesting take if it was him. So, I mean, he does have the scar on his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where people are starting to put two and two together with it.
He has a lot of stuff in his neck as well. Very weird looking guy.
He does have a hole in his face.
Kind of melted looking.
That's quite true.
Wait, did he melt in
Oh,
the show? I don't know either. I didn't watch it that far in.
Didn't
I mean, I
watch
know
what?
the character.
Rebels.
Yeah.
It's it's just about to start its last season. See whatever happens. It's going to be apparently this season with Rebels. There's going to be a lot more stuff with Saw Gerrera. They're possibly going to show what's going to happen to him to make him as bad as he was in Rogue One. Because he appeared last season in Rebels and he was kind of gone, but he wasn't as gone as he is. Like he didn't need help breathing yet.
Well, hopefully this one will stick, unlike the Gendy Tartarovsky Clone Wars one, where they explain why in Revenge of the Sith Grievous is all wheezy and stuff like that, which I don't think they ever really continued into like the actual Clone Wars series that they did.
Yeah, I think Clone Wars got cancelled before it actually finished.
It did.
Did it?
Yeah, which
It's like, what, 4 seasons?
I think it was 5.
Like 6 or 7.
Oh,
I
that
know.
one?
I know one of the things that they did, which is always weird, is for the first 4 seasons, the Emperor in the show was played by one guy, and then for the last 2 seasons, he was played by Tim Curry.
Also played It.
Yeah.
Well, Pennywise, rather.
Just to bring it round in some sort of circle. Is it one of the best versions of a horror movie in recent years?
That's what everyone says.
I've yet to
talked
see
to
it.
someone. I just talked to someone today who saw it, and he said it was actually pretty scary.
It was.
Was it?
No, I thought it
Oh.
was pretty funny. It's also in the name of the movie and also a grammatical sentence.
So is it
Hey,
weird?
So have a good recovery for Stephen King after the Dark Tower fucked up.
Yeah, that kind of just came out and then went away.
How did he have two? How does Stephen King have two adaptations coming out almost at the exact same time?
He wrote a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, he did. He did. He was drunk for most of it while he wrote it. He doesn't remember writing most of it either. So
My friends were talking about it, and I said to them, "So does it cut out the weird bit where all the children fuck each other?" And they were just like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, in the book that happens for some reason. For some reason,
there is an orgy scene.
He actually made a comment about that. He's like, everyone keeps talking about the orgy scene, but no one really cares about the multiple children deaths. But it's fine.
Yeah, you gotta pick your battles.
He's like, priorities.
It doesn't make sense though. The children get lost in the sewers, so to bond them, the girl just decides to fuck every one of them.
Yes.
It's really not necessary.
No, it's perfectly logical sense.
There's sex in most of his books.
It's true.
But
Most of them.
Not all of them.
I'd love to know how they worked it into the Langoliers then.
I don't know. I mean, there's definitely in Carrie because it was a car. So
probably in The Shining. I think it is in The Shining.
The Shining's real weird.
That is weird. I like the Simpsons version of The Shining.
The Shining.
He also really did not like the movie of it.
No,
he didn't like the movie.
Shining. No, he hated it. He hated that adaptation. He made his own,
which sucked.
Really?
I actually liked it. He made it. It was a miniseries, so I actually went more into it. But it was actually filmed at Stanley Hotel, in where he wrote the.
Oh.
And then the one movie that he has written and directed properly was the one where all the cars came alive.
I love that movie. It's the best.
Oh my god, I remember that one.
The mailman gets killed by a toy truck, and it's the best. Shut up.
The Green Goblin truck.
Doesn't a kid get run over?
But it's hilarious.
And his head explodes?
Probably. I don't know. I just remember the one where I remember two scenes. One where they're just circling the wherever the fuck they're stuck at.
Yeah, there's a giant purple truck that has the face of the Green Goblin on its friggin' front grill. It's kind of hard to miss that.
There's a bit where a waitress goes outside. She starts firing a gun in the air and screams at them, "We made you! We made you!" And then they kill her. And the trucks just kill her.
Oh yeah, Maximum Overdrive.
That's it.
That's it.
I love that movie. It's a great movie.
Yep. There's always Pet Sematary.
I read that one. Never saw it.
That doesn't hold up.
Pet Sematary 2.
No.
No.
It's a pretty stirring book.
Yeah.
But I never watched the movie.
Yeah.
They cancelled the Under the Dome series, didn't they?
Yes.
I think so.
Well, and then there's always Shawshank, but that's its own. It's really not even a horror movie.
Don't forget, Green Mile was also his too.
That is true. That is also true.
People always forget that he did stuff that wasn't horror.
Yeah. He also did Thinner. That movie was awful. Horrible.
That was a bad movie.
Bad. Very bad. Which also actually starts with sex.
Yeah.
That's how the movie started. This guy I forgot, he's rich or a politician or something. He's driving. His female companion starts entertaining him while he's driving. He runs over a gypsy.
Show?
Yeah, he runs over a gypsy. Yeah, with a puppet show. That's what she was doing.
Okay.
Kills someone, and this other gypsy comes out and curses him and says "thinner," and rubs his face. And then
that's the dad from My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Is it?
I think it is.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then the whole movie is him withering away to nothing. It just wasn't good. It was not good at all. Then and the rest of his movies have been mostly horror-esque movies.
Wasn't The Mist his too? I never watched it, but
yes,
no,
yes it was.
I thought. Wait, was it The Mist or The Fog?
It was The Mist.
Both.
I'll look that up now. Nope, Mist. Yep, 2007. That's when that came out.
I read that one as a short story, I think. And I think they made like a longer story out of it. Because there was like a book series of, I think I have it here somewhere, but there's like, it's like called like Graveyard Shift. There was a bunch of short stories.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think like the Langoliers was one of those too. I don't remember.
God, that was a god awful. Oh God, it was god awful.
Is that the one where they eat the world, or am I thinking a different one?
It's something like that. The plane winds up going back in time like 5 minutes. And
Oh, yeah.
And like everything is gone, and then the Langoliers come and like destroy the world because you're not supposed to travel back in time or something like that. Oh my God.
Well,
That
it's
miniseries
like,
was so terrible.
I only read the book, so like I know that there was a that they went through like a wormhole, and then like whoever was awake died, and then whoever was sleeping survived. So the one dude that was an off-duty pilot like studied the plane, and then they had some blind, creepy child with them.
Yeah,
He was stabbed for some reason.
yeah. In the miniseries,
I don't remember.
in the miniseries, Bronson Pinchot played the douchey bad guy, which was just so not believable.
Oh, Bronson Pinchot.
Yes. Oh, Craig,
Yeah.
I checked IMDb. Yes,
Yep.
the dad from my Big Fat Greek Wedding is the old man in Thinner.
Nice.
And to jump back to what I was trying to blather out before, Lost Odyssey was the game.
Ah, okay. Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. He also did Lawnmower Man. That movie does not hold up at all.
Oh God, no.
At all. Not even a little.
No, it was a really good movie. I
Yeah.
still love to watch. Tremors.
Tremors,
That was entertaining.
That is good. It
was a good
was
movie.
quite.
Tremors 4, not so good. But the
Yeah, I
first
never
one was
watched.
good.
I don't think I ever watched the sequels, but I remember the first Tremor. We watched it a lot.
That was good.
I don't
That
know
was always
why.
on HBO.
The
Yeah,
first
that's
one.
why.
The first one was good. The second one was okay, and then they got progressively worse. And oh, by the way, Craig, they're up to 6.
Oh, all right. Well, don't
It's like
watch any past
Sharknado.
the first one. It essentially is. It's Sharknado with giant worms.
Oh, they evolve.
That do they?
Yeah.
No, I
like-
only stick to the first movie's canon. Excuse you.
Oh, so they're giant worms.
How do worms evolve?
Okay, so in the second movie,
Like Weedle.
Oh,
in the second movie, they move
Great, good friend.
they move it from Bumblefuck, Nevada to Mexico.
Okay.
So you're in Bumblefuck, Mexico, and they're there hunting the graboids, but then they happen to catch one, and it starts making this really, really weird sound during the night, and they're just yelling at it to shut up and all, and then it stops,
Yeah,
and
it's
they
gonna
go to check.
understand you.
But it actually does stop, and they go check on it, and it looked like something exploded out of it. And then you see they go searching for what happened to it and all. You get like this panning shot of this giant creature, whatever, and it's this little 3 foot high kind of dinosaur chicken with a graboid face on it. But instead of being all noise, when they were underground where they were all sensitive to the noise and stuff, now they have heat sensors like rattlesnakes, so they can see you but they can't hear shit. And then they evolve again from that.
interesting.
And they get wings and they're able to shoot fire out of their ass. I shit you not. And the way and the progression of the names is, it starts off as the graboid, which is the big worm with the tentacles. It then turns to a shrieker, which is the little chicken thing, because when they see you, they scream, but the screams give off a lot of heat, so it's so that kind of signals the other little shriekers to go and find you. And then you have the winged ones, which is called an ass blaster.
The later generations of Pokemon really let themselves go.
They really did.
Ass Blaster, I choose you. Use fire arse attack.
Well, that's how the ass blasters get into the air to fly. They fart and it blows them into the air, and that's how they glide.
See, and because Jamie said it, it sounds polite.
Yes.
I think sometimes people write movies and they just shrug their shoulders and go, "Yeah, this ain't gonna do anything for me." Might as well make it more ridiculous.
God. And on that note, folks, I think we made something. We definitely made a podcast.
Also, Death of the Outsider comes out tomorrow. By the way.
What comes out tomorrow?
Death of the Outsider.
Oh.
Okay.
What
is that?
It's the Dishonored 2 standalone DLC.
Ah.
Oh, so you don't need the game to play it?
Nope.
You just.
They decided that it was. They said like we created a really long DLC, and we decided that it was good enough just to be its own outside game.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
It was $30.
Not bad. Not bad. So you figure they're charging you half price for
Half
half a game?
Yeah.
But that's not bad.
He'll probably still have more achievements than Destiny 2.
Has Billy Glurk in it, who is Claire Temple from the Defenders.
Oh yeah, you've been watching that, haven't you? Nice. Well, folks, I think we definitely made a podcast. It was definitely something.
Definitely was.
Definitely was. Jamie, thank you for ending your crazy day with us. Thank you for being here.
It's been a long one, but it's almost over.
Almost. I mean, it's already tomorrow where you are, so you get to redo it all over again.
It's only a day worth.
That's
It
right.
is tomorrow.
Heather, thank you for being here. I know you said you might not make it, but you made it.
I did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And James, thank you.
Always.
You were on time.
Yay.
See that? And as always, Randall, thank you wherever you are.
Yay!
See that? He's not punching his TV. Yet. And there's still time. There's a lot of time for that to happen. I'm sure it's happened already during this podcast. And thank you, folks, for listening to another episode. Remember to check out teamdbah.com. You will find links to our podcast on various sources such as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. You'll also see Loot Crate reviews written by Jamie, who is right over there. He has to show you the goodie that comes in his crate.
I'll try.
Phrasing.
Oh.
That's illegal.
Oh. You'll also see pull lists written by Jake. Last week's pull list did not go up. That was an oversight on my part, so that will be going up very shortly. So if he makes one this week, you'll get a double feature of comics, so you'll figure out which ones to read. Because a lot of comics come out every week. And don't forget to check out our YouTube page, where you get a new video practically every day of the greatness that comes out of Team DBAH. It's wonderful. It's amazing. You should check it out. There's a lot of videos and a lot more to come for the rest of the year. And on a side note, if you are into fantasy football or beer or DFS or American football in general, you can check out my other podcast called the Fantasy Fig Nuts Podcast. We talk about all those things. We also talk about some random stuff like The Simpsons. We're big Simpsons fans. So you can check us out at fignutsdfs.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. And thank you again for joining us, folks. Remember, this has been the official Team DBAH podcast number 209. And remember, don't be a hero. Good night.